So who has the most aura in anime? In this video, I will answer that question through a tournament bracket. This bracket consists of 16 anime characters that I thought had the most aura. Totally not randomly picked from animes that only I watch. Luffy and Denji is a matchup that's very interesting. Both are main characters whom you can relate to in one way or another. So as of this recording, I have only caught up to the end of Thriller Bark. So my knowledge on One Piece, as well as Luffy as a character, is very little. However, TikTok is sadly a platform. I have been spoiled to the point where I'm basically caught up to Egghead. But even so, I'll just go off my general knowledge of Luffy as a character. You would think this matchup is not very fair, because Luffy, as we follow him through the story, is a very goofy ass character. His fighting style alone allows him to stretch like fucking rubber. And that's not very aura-like. Second, he's fucking stupid as shit, which would also happen to deduct aura points. But let's go into the perspective of, let's say, a random pirate in the One Piece world. Luffy has a bounty of over 100 million bears. He's also taken down 2 of the 7 warlords of the sea. In the One Piece world, that's a fucking threat. They don't know how goofy Luffy is, how stupid he is. They just know he's kind of a big deal. If you were to ask me, that's giving major aura. Now let's take a look at Denji. I actually have a lot of fucking knowledge on him. I have all the manga sets, I've watched the anime, and similar to Luffy, Denji is dumb as bricks. And not only that, he's easily manipulated by those of the opposite sex. Alright, I'm gonna say it now. Denji does not compare to Luffy in aura. You might be thinking, oh, but what about when he goes Chainsaw Man mode? He got the bitches all over him. Okay, but what about in the manga? He goes to his true form. This round goes to Luffy. Thorfinn versus the Battle of Freedom. Who is truly free in their own world? Well, obviously, it's fucking Thorfinn, because he's not fucking dead. But this isn't about who's free and who's not. And I'ma say it right now. That motherfucker Eren Yeager got the most aura. Eldians hear the name and shiver in fear. You walk into a movie theater, you hear Thorfinn used to have major aura, but then he chose the path of peace and kindness and being the better person. Minus 1,000 aura. Get the fuck out of here. Manipulator battle. Lelouch v Britannia versus Light Yagami. For this battle, I want to determine who has the most aura off of who truly won in the end. Lelouch v Britannia had the best conclusion in all of anime.
And create it. This shit means something to me, man.
Light Yagami lost in an IQ battle against 2 elementary schoolers. Who is the better new gen MC? Deku or Asta? As you may know, I'm Black Clover's biggest meat rider, so I'm gonna have to have the most unbiased opinion. With that being said, Asta absolutely sucks Deku's aura, spits it on his cock, and absolutely rams Deku. Edward Elric versus Kaneki. Interesting matchup we got here. I'm not gonna lie, both of them got pretty good drip. Elric over here got the red cape, and the metal arm just tops it off. But I'ma keep it real. Kaneki is anime's representation of opium, and with that fact alone, he aura mogs him. Absolute heater JJK battle, Gojo versus Sukuna. Both of them are just absolutely leaking and creaming with aura. Oh my goodness. I don't think there's an explanation needed for either one of them, but we all know Gojo's gonna fucking win this one. The amount of anime fans that were teenage girls that were stuck in a chokehold because of him was way too much. L versus Makima, I feel like it's a very hard matchup to choose for me. In my eyes, they're both very similar. Both being introduced as characters who are very likable. L being the goofy, silly, weird looking, but also kinda hot in a way. And Makima just being she got a fat ass. I'm gonna keep it real. For the last matchup of the first round, we got Deku again. Oh, what are you doing here, bro? Whatever. Who's your matchup? Yep, wrap it up. Moving on to the second round. Luffy and Eren Yeager. I've seen a lot of comparisons of these two characters on TikTok, mostly on freedom versus false freedom. Look, I know Eren had a pretty goofy-ass conclusion to his character, but Luffy is just straight up goofy. He's just goofy. In other words, Eren's baby daddy and you're just baby boy. Lelouch versus Asta is not a close matchup at all. I love Asta. I will meat ride the fuck out of you. But Code Geass is my favorite anime of all time. Lelouch, you are a cold ass motherfucker. You have hella aura. Your fit is hard. Your powers are tough. Asta, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Hanaki versus Gojo. White hair on white hair crime. Both magnificent looking. But Gojo solos, I'm sorry. Mommy battle, just go to Makima, bro. Eren versus Lelouch. My two personal goats. I can literally make a case for either one of them to win. But I cannot deny that Lelouch has the best ending to any character ever. And compared to that, Eren has one of the most controversial endings ever. So Lelouch just has a little more aura than him. Can someone tell me why there is a time period on TikTok when these two are being edited together? Thinking about it now, these two characters are actually very similar. They're both sort of a mentor figure to each of their main characters in their verses. They were both portrayed as the strongest in each of their verses as well. And also, they both died in pretty goofy ways. If we're going strictly off of aura though, I'm gonna have to give it to Gojo, but just slightly. And for the final round, Lelouch versus Gojo. Lelouch wins. Goodbye.